Measuring lengths and drawing lines. Okay, this is just a short video to go over how you would use a ruler to measure straight lines and also to draw straight lines to a certain given measurement. And we'll also talk a little bit about how you give your answer. So if you look at the line that we have here, we're going to take this ruler and we're going to measure along the length of it. To do it accurately, we have to set the ruler up accurately. So, first thing we have to do is set the ruler on the same trajectory as the line. So we have to take the ruler and turn it round until it's running at the same angle. The next thing you have to do is make sure that the zero that you can see right here is precisely on the end of our line. So we have to move the ruler up like so. Then all you have to do is look at the measurement that we read from our ruler, and you can see, if you can make, hopefully you can make it out nice and clearly, it's 1 mark below 11. So for this ruler, our line is coming up at 11, at 10, apologies, 10.9 centimetres. Okay, how else can you write that answer down? Well, remembering, and this again is covered in another video in terms of how many millimetres are in centimetres and what have you. Remembering there are 10 millimetres in a centimetre, that means that another way of writing 10.9 centimetres is to change it to 109 millimetres. There's also one final way of doing it, and that is to write it as a combination of centimetres and millimetres. So this one here would be 10 centimetres, 9 millimetres. 3 different ways of writing the same measurement for our line. Okay, now let's move on to drawing a line of a given length. So, let's say we're asked to draw a line of length 7.5 centimetres. So, draw a line 7.5 centimetres long. Okay, so let's take this ruler and move it back down to here. And for no reason other than to make life a little easier for ourselves, let's straighten it back up. Okay, so if you want to draw a line of 7.5 centimetres long, first thing you want to be doing is make sure that when you start drawing your line, it starts precisely at the zero. Before you start drawing it, work out on your ruler where 7.5 centimetres would be. Now that is it right there. So just to make that a little clearer for you in this video, let's put a small arrow in there just to indicate where 7.5 centimetres is. There we go. So that arrow is pointing to 7.5 centimetres. All we have to now do is draw a straight line running along the edge of the ruler, starting at 0 up to 7.5. So let's do that now. And there we have it. A nice accurate line, 7.5 centimetres long. Key points to remember: you measure from 0, whether you're measuring the length of a line you already have, or whether you're measuring out a line to be drawn. start at 0, work out where on your ruler the distance you want your line to travel. In this case it was 7.5 centimetres. And once you have these 2 points clear in your mind, run along the edge of your ruler from one to the other. Just to finish off, as a reminder, much the same as what we talked about up here, it's always good practice to give your answer in 3 different ways. So at the moment we have a line 7.5 centimetres long. It's useful to remember that that's the same as 75 millimetres, and that's also the same as 7 centimetres, 5 millimetres. Thanks for watching.